You are listening to the Hodges Huddle, where we discuss all things in the wide world of sports. Here's your KLSU sports team. Welcome into the Hodges Huddle, everyone. Happy Hump Day, or Happy Thursday for those of you who are going to be seeing this for the first time. We got a special episode for you guys. We got the new guy here, the Rook, Brock McMine. Young, hungry freshman coming in, ready to do all he can to, expand his repertoire of sports knowledge, if you will. And we got the veteran now. He's not the Rook anymore. We got William Gilroy. How you guys doing today, man?
Doing good. It feels weird to be called a vet, but I'm a year in now. It's kind of crazy to think. Wow.
Yeah, I'm good. A little nervous because it's the first one. But,
Right.
I do have a podcast of my own, so this is kind of coming naturally. But, yeah, I'm fired up to be part of this.
Yeah, well, we fired up to have you, man. It's always good to get new, fresh faces on it. Just keeps things interesting better.
Yeah.
But overall. But, yeah, let's get right into it. Let's address the elephant in the room. It's Super Bowl week, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It is here. The season is just about over. It just started. But, yeah, first off, I know we got Wills on the Sunday show. You still rolling with the Seahawks,
I'm
right?
still rolling with the Seahawks.
Still rolling with the Seahawks. Same. My mind won't change. Brock, let's get your prediction.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Randallin. I'm going with the Seahawks as well. They're playing out of their minds right now. And my favorite Saints player ever is Rashid Shaheed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd love to see him get a ring. So, yeah, I'm definitely rolling with the Seahawks.
Bro, did you see what he said this week? When he was asked today about what he misses from New Orleans. And he was like, I miss the crawfish, the beignets, the people. I miss it all. So it's hard not to root for that guy.
Yeah, and I think when you ask when people ask questions like that and pressers and stuff like that, it just gives a little bit of insight to what the whole transition from one team to another is really like. Like, I know oftentimes we think of these players as just players and not really people, that they got to move their families, and that's just a whole deal within itself. So we're all going Seahawks. I think Noah is going with the Seahawks as well. And the only Patriots fan that I've, seen in Hodges Hall is going with the Patriots. No surprise there. But a bigger story, I don't know if it's a bigger story, but let's talk about the halftime show. We got Bad Bunny. He just won a couple of Grammys the other night. Shout out to him. But how we feeling about the halftime show? I know it's a long way from Usher and Kendrick Lamar, but how we feeling about it?
I don't listen to Bad Bunny. I'm gonna be honest. I can't name a single one of his songs. That might be a me issue though. So I'm sure he has lots of fans. Would I like to see someone else personally? Yes, but I watch the game. Yeah, for the game. Right. I don't need to see a halftime show. I mean, I understand why it's such a big thing. It's not my pick, but I'm not gonna not watch the Super Bowl because of it. So yeah, I hope it's good. We'll see. Maybe I'll become a fan. Probably not, but maybe we'll see.
Very well said. Exactly what he said. I'm not really been big on the halftime show.
Yeah.
Like last year, I got tuned in a little bit, but I didn't really watch most of it. I'm a country guy, so I'd love to see like a Chris Stapleton halftime show.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question. Actually, who would y'all like to see maybe next year do it? You said Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton would be awesome. Yeah.
I would like to see Chris Stapleton. You know who I think would do a good job? Just because I think this guy, I've seen him live. I'm also a country guy.
Okay.
I think Luke Combs would do a good job. I saw him live. That's the best concert I've ever been to. That dude, when he sings his heart out. I liked last year's. I liked Kendrick's. I thought he did a good job. There was one actually. Was it Coldplay in Super Bowl 60 or Super Bowl 50?
Yeah, Coldplay.
I really liked that one.
I think it was Coldplay. I think Bruno Mars, and Beyonce.
Yeah. So that's probably my favorite. But I would love to see Luke Combs.
I think they might start transitioning to doing that anyway. Just because I feel like when you do it like that, you can always have whoever was a part of that act come back and do a solo show. I think if you try to do a solo show every year, you're gonna start to run out of people eventually, or you're gonna start to run out of people that enough people can see on the stage like the Super Bowl and be like, I know who that is. I don't really know who my pick would be. Because like I said, I think they're just starting. I'm going to say Drake.
Okay.
I'd like to see Drake. He got the catalog for it. He's famous enough for it. Noah don't agree with me. Oh, Noah's Team Kendrick, y'all.
I mean, it'd be a good way to compare like who's better.
yeah.
I would say Bruno Mars would be my pick since he's about to
You know
drop.
what? Bruno has an album coming out in the next
Exactly.
couple weeks, so I put a pin in that. I wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't be shocked if a guy like Post Malone would do one soon. 'Cause I know
Dude.
he does. I know. Well, that.
Isn't he coming to LSU
Yeah,
with Jelly Roll now?
he's coming to
But
LSU.
he brings like the country and then the rap, hip hop.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if he's
yeah,
coming up in the next couple
yeah.
years.
That's a very good point. Well, whatever it is, I'm sure the NFL will make the right decision.
Yeah.
Will they?
Well, according to somebody, they will.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you can fill enough seats in Tiger Stadium, I think
Oh yeah.
I think you can do the Super Bowl. But let's get into another topic surrounding sports. Speaking of Tiger Stadium, we got the rapper Toosii. I don't know how many songs I can name from Toosii. You got
I'm on a
I got
stage
one.
right
what
now.
can you name, bro?
That one favorite song.
I'm on the stage right now,
Yeah,
and that's
favorite.
just
That's
you
the
don't even
only
know
one
the
I know.
song
Yeah.
name, the title of it.
Nope.
That's favorite song. That's what
I
it's
know.
called.
Oh, favorite song.
favorite song.
Yeah.
I know
Somebody's
that
favorite.
Love Cycle, and I think it stops right about there.
Love Cycle.
But the story here, yeah, that's the name of the song.
What's
I'm,
that
I'm
one?
not gonna sing it on air.
Oh,
but,
no, you're good. You're good.
but
yeah.
it's
I'ma
called Love
go,
Cycle.
listen to that after.
It's somebody's cup of tea. But he's at LSU. He went viral in the past few months for enrolling at Syracuse, where we looked like he was gonna try to walk on. And he got the whole nine. He got the official visit. He got to do the photo shoot and all the uniforms. What do y'all think? Y'all want to see Toosii in that purple and gold? Whether it's a walk on, or he just
Again, like, if he's good, sure. I don't see him playing. I think they did a great job recruiting wide. What is he, a wide receiver? I think they did a great job recruiting wide receivers. I'm not sure if a 26-year-old true freshman is exactly what you need. I think it's cool that he enrolled. My buddy took a picture with him at the Union on his, I guess, what was his first day, and I actually heard couple Waffle House workers talking about this when I was at Waffle House this weekend. So, like, we were kind of going back and forth about why he would come here. If the staff wants to let him on the team, I got no issues with that. All I'm going to say, too, is, like, I may not be a rapper, but I do have some experience practicing holding for kicks. So if they need a holder like Lane Kiffin, I'm the guy.
We got athletes here. Why not come get Will?
Yeah. Come get me. Yeah.
With all due respect to Toosii and Syracuse, if he couldn't get on the field at Syracuse, I don't think he's going to play much at LSU. Especially bringing in guys like Jace Brown, Eugene Wilson, Winston Watkins.
Literally anyone else.
Yeah. And LSU, who recruits the best receivers, I know Syracuse just signed Calvin Russell, that 5-star receiver. But, I mean, if he wasn't going to play at Syracuse, I don't see him playing much here. But at least he's getting education. So at least shout out to him for that.
Yeah,
he's coming here to get education.
Yeah.
You think it's more of like a PR, like social media thing? Okay.
I absolutely do. Like, surely he doesn't actually think he's gonna play.
Yeah.
Like, surely not.
Has he like officially walked on to the team?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I haven't. I think I saw he was at the facility.
Yeah.
I didn't see him like working out or nothing like that. But
Why can't we get Speed?
Speed's
kind of like athletic. Like he's
man,
he's doing pretty
Speed
good
is
for himself.
super athletic.
Yeah.
But I think Speed's making so much money
he
streaming.
don't. He doesn't need to come.
What
Exactly.
game was he at this year? I forget
Where,
what game
who?
that was. Speed was at one of the games with Kevin Gates.
That was
South
that
Carolina?
homecoming?
Yeah, I think
That was South Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah. I actually saw him. It was crazy. What was that like?
I was right next to him, and it was a mob. I mean, he couldn't breathe. He had about like he had like 10 security guards around him, and when he walked into the team shop right across the street, they shut it down. They shut it down just for Speed. It was crazy.
Yeah, and
That's some pole right there.
I saw it too, and I think I was going to like a tailgating spot or something. And I saw him like a few feet away, and like he just said, it was like just mobs of people just swarming him. Like it was almost like y'all ever see in cartoons when like just this swarm of flies starts like following something like
Yeah.
that's what it looked like. Like
Wow.
he was walking this way and everybody started walking with him. Like that must be so exhausting to deal with. But yeah, I think it's absolutely PR on the whole Toosii thing. And LSU is one of those schools where they probably value their brand more than their actual like what's happening in the field of play.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is just another indication of that.
I think it just further proves like this is probably the biggest brand in college, in all of college athletics, not one specific sport, but just like they like if you go here, they always say you could see the 3 letters all around the world and people know what they mean.
Yeah.
And like I think this is just further proof of that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But let's talk about an LSU program that has been strictly business as of late. LSU women's basketball hit a little bit of a rough patch, and it started off 0-2 in the SEC play, losing to Kentucky and Vanderbilt, and then they bounced back with wins over Texas, Oklahoma, two top 10 teams at the time, by the way, and they're getting ready to play Texas again tomorrow. I believe LSU's ranked 5th, Texas is ranked 4th. How do y'all see this one playing now? Are we going, go 2-0 against Texas? What we got?
I mean, it's hard to win on the road in any sport in the SEC, but I mean, this team they're not just beating teams, they're like just beating them to death.
Yeah.
It's like every game's double digits. Like Bama, I think whenever that game was on Sunday,
Yeah.
they beat them by 40.
Mhm.
And Bama's a ranked team. All parts of this team is firing on all cylinders. You got like freshmen like Grace Knox, who's like going around a lot on campus. I feel like I'm seeing edits of her all the time. And Michaela Williams, that veteran presence. It's just there's no weakness right now on this team.
Yeah.
I think it's really telling when you beat a team by 40 and that team moves up in the rankings, like what happened this past weekend with Bama, just how good this LSU team is.
Yeah.
You said they're 21-2. They are like 5 points away from being 23-0.
Yeah.
Like it is crazy how close they are to being undefeated right now. But it's hard to beat teams twice in any sport. I think in basketball, it's a little bit more likely than in football, but it's hard to beat great teams once, let alone a second time. They got to go do it on the road. I'm sure it's going to be loud. I don't know Texas Stadium. I
think they'll be loud for that one.
Yeah, but they'll be there. I mean, I saw that game they had this weekend against Oklahoma. It was packed. But I think the main difference between these two teams is the depth. This LSU team has a ton of depth. What is it? Seven
players.
players in double figures.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have pretty much anyone that can go and get you 10 points, if this is going to be a low scoring game, I think it favors LSU. If it's a high scoring game, it favors LSU. Like regardless of what it is, LSU's got the advantage because they have 7 different players they can call their number at any given time. So it's hard to beat teams like that.
Yeah, and I think because of the depth that this team has, I think for me personally, this is my last year here. I think there's a different level of comfort that this team makes me feel when watching them that the past 3 seasons they just haven't had. And it's strictly because of that depth. The past 3 seasons, this team has always pretty much just been top heavy, right? You got a big 3 or a big 2 who are really, really good, and you can have 1 or 2 players on any given night that might get you, a 15-point game. They might do something special here and there. But this team, like you just said, this is every night. It's an outpour from this person, outpour from this person. Flaw J's point averages has dropped.
Yeah.
And it's not because she's not playing well, but it's because she has so many other people who are also playing well. Same with Michaela Williams. Same thing with Malaysia Fawali. And I think even more so with the emergence of players like Jada Richard, players like Grace Knox who are stepping into that role. I think you can start to realistically look for them to go do it again. And y'all know what I'm talking about. I think they can do it, and I don't know. We'll just see what happens. I think they can beat this Texas team twice. I think they can do it on the road, and I think they will because I think those 2 SEC losses really lit a fire up under them, and I think since then they've just been playing with an entire different outlook from there.
I think for me, a big question I have is defensively, how can they guard Madison Booker?
Yeah.
I think they did They did pretty well in the first matchup. But Madison Booker's, I mean, she's averaging 20 points a game. I think she shoots like 50% from the floor.
Yeah, she's
I mean,
a dog.
she's a dog.
Yeah.
And this LSU team, they have a lot of dogs. But who's going to be tasked with stopping her? You look at Jada Richard, the way she's been playing lately. I feel like Kim Mulkey and this coaching staff and this team, they have so much confidence in her that she can match up with Madison Booker. And I think that's just a big compliment to Jada.
Yeah. So what would y'all do? Y'all think it needs to be a situation where we try to hone in and stop Madison Booker, or do you lean more so towards the tactic of, well, I'm gonna let Madison Booker get hers, and then I'm gonna just make everybody else beat me, Brock?
I would take that route. She's good. Obviously, averaging 20 a game. But I mean, do what you did last time. Like, she got hers, but then you were able to contain everybody else. You were able to pull it out. And I'm glad you go real quick. I have something.
No. Keep going.
I'm glad you said like light a fire, because since they started 0-2, every game they've played in the SEC, they've won by double digits.
Mm-hmm.
And the only exception is the Texas game.
Yeah.
And that was at home. So I do think this will be much closer, but I still think they're gonna roll.
I mean, I like the idea of trying to slow Madison Booker down, but if after the first quarter it's not working, you can't beat it. You can't win 1v5. You just can't.
Exactly.
So, I'd agree with what Brock said.
Yeah, and like I said, it feels good to now root for the team that's going to be able to outlast the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in past years, that's why we lost those games against teams like Texas and South Carolina, because those teams just had a little bit more in those last 2 to 3 minutes of the game, and they really were just able to outlast them overall. But the burning topic is the NBA trade deadline. I think last week we came up here and there really was nothing to talk about. It was just a bunch of speculation. But boy, how fast things can change in a matter of 7 days. Randallin is heartbroken. Draymond Green might be getting shipped off to Milwaukee for Giannis Antetokounmpo, but we'll put a pin in that.
If that happens.
The biggest trade so far, James Harden going to the Cleveland Cavaliers in exchange for Darius Garland. How are we feeling about that trade? Or first of all, before we even get to the trade, how are we feeling about, I guess, how things all played out? Because I saw so many tweets about James Harden and just saying like, oh, there's a lesson here about his career. Every time he's not happy, he looking for the quickest way out. How are we feeling about how it all went down? Because this, I guess I'll start. This, to me, I think I saw it 2 days ago. I got the report across my screen that, he and the Clippers were like looking for a way out. And it was breaking news to me, because I think since Christmas Day, the Clippers are 16-4.
Yeah.
They've been like the best team in basketball. They've had this crazy turnaround after being probably the worst team to start the season, letting go of Chris Paul. And they're riding high team morale, and then James Harden just ready to go.
I mean, this is, I hate to say this, but like, this kind of, to me, sums up James Harden's career a little bit. Like, it's happened everywhere he's been. He's wanted out eventually. And I don't know if this was him wanting out or the Clippers wanted to change something, but there was an issue there. Clearly there was an issue. You don't just break up this quickly right at the deadline when you're 16-4. Maybe the Clippers, this is going to sound crazy, maybe they really believe that Darius Garland is a better option than James Harden. I don't believe that. I really don't. I mean, James Harden is a guy that is still chasing a ring. He's still chasing a ring, and the Clippers are playing much, much better. I feel like he does have a better chance to win it in Cleveland than he does in LA. And the reason I say that is because it's an easier path to get to the finals.
Especially in the East.
Especially in the East. This Clippers team, they're not beating the Thunder. They're not.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're good enough to win a playoff series. That's how good the West is. I think, to me, like, it's kind of sad because James Harden is a great basketball player. I don't think anyone's ever going to question that. But, like, time and time again, something just happens wherever he goes. And you look back in Houston, he wasn't happy, and they get rid of D'Antoni. They fire a coach for him, okay. Well, he's still not happy, so he leaves. He goes to
Brooklyn.
And Brooklyn, they bring in, it's him and KD and Kyrie. Like, that's one of the best big threes. And injuries ruined that. But, like, he couldn't win one there. And
he didn't want to stick it out there either.
no, he didn't.
Yeah.
He really didn't. And so then he goes to Philly, and look what happens there. No, like, again, another problem. Then he goes to LA. Another problem. Injuries have hurt his chances. I don't think anyone's doubting that. But to me, I think when you look at James Harden, maybe he needs to realize that, like, oh, his best shot to win a ring was with that OKC team. Like, maybe.
I mean, it's quite literally true, I guess. Yeah, that's the only time he's been in the finals.
Is he capable of lifting a franchise to a final as the main man? He's yet to do it.
Not at this point in his career.
And when you're right, he's just getting older. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
I didn't like this for the Cavs, to be honest with you. The Clippers, I think, won this trade, if I'm being honest. The fact that they got Garland and a pick, and all they had to give up was an aging Harden, was a look like surprising to me. Because I'm not a big basketball guy, but I know like Garland's the young up and coming guy,
Right.
and Harden's the older guy, the vet who comes in and really just causes. He's a cancer. You saw I don't know if y'all saw the video of the reporter pretty much calling him out before a game.
Oh yeah.
That was early in the season too, and it came to fruition.
Yeah.
But he's just, I mean, like you said, everywhere he goes, it doesn't end very well. I don't expect it to end very well in Cleveland, but I guess him and Donovan Mitchell is going to be interesting to see. But
it will be.
we'll see.
And I think James Harden is one of those players where, and I guess when you get to his stature like that, you can't really be concerned with what everybody thinks and got to say about you. But I think he very clearly, he treats the NBA for what it is, as a job. When people are at a job and they don't like where they're at, they try to go get a different one, try to go get a better one that pays more or treats you better or whatever it is. And I think he's just one of those types of players where if it gets rough, he's not sticking it out. There is no, let's ride this thing out. There is no bit of loyalty there to the franchise and organization. And I just think it's going to be a bad look on his career. And I really just hate to see it because he's a guy that I thought for a long time could have been the guy that, leads his team to win a championship. But I think that's long gone. I think he can give you a few good games in playoff series. He had the last playoff series he had with the Sixers. He had 2 40-point games in that series against the Celtics. And he only averaged 22 for the series. Like that's – and I think in that game 6, he gave you like 9 points. The closeout game. Like it's things like that to where the behavior just doesn't match the productivity. It just doesn't quite line up for me. But yeah, there's been some other moves. Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Utah Jazz, where dreams go to die. Lonzo Ball is going to the Utah Jazz, to which he then got waived. They saying Ja Morant faked the whole trade saga in the beginning of the season so he could get Jaren Jackson up out of there. I don't know how true that is. But how are we feeling about that move? Is Jaren Jackson going to do anything in a Utah Jazz uniform?
No. It's nothing against Jaren Jackson. It's more just it's the Utah Jazz. I mean, like, I don't really know what to say about the Jazz. I'm a bit confused why Memphis would do that. I think Jaren Jackson is a better option to build around as a franchise
than as opposed to Ja.
As opposed to Ja for a multitude of reasons.
Okay.
I think Ja as a player has a higher ceiling than Jaren Jackson Jr. But I think if you want a guy to build your franchise around, Jaren Jackson Jr. is more, I don't want to say stable isn't the right word, but he's more consistent, in my opinion. Like, he's a better, maybe not as the main guy, but as a supporting cast, he's better than Ja Morant is as a main guy, in my opinion. Just on and off the court, all that stuff. Good for the Jazz. Not going to change much for them. I mean, they're not winning in the West.
Yeah, and oh my God, the West is really a gauntlet, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard to win in that
But the
conference.
Pels are a playoff team, guys.
We're gonna talk about that.
God. Petition.
Oh, y'all are both Pels fans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till I'm glad you said that because I want to talk about the Anthony Davis trade.
Yeah.
Because I got some words on that guy. But Jaren Jackson, I see the vision for the Jazz. I'm not gonna lie. With Keontae George and Walker Kessler and Jaren Jackson.
And they still got marketing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people say he's getting traded, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But I do see that they still got Ace Bailey to develop.
Yeah.
So I see the vision where they're going. But I think it's a good trade for both. The Grizzlies are getting a ton of picks out of it. They're getting so many first rounders and all. I think they got 3 from him.
They have 13 first-round picks over the next 7 years.
God.
Yeah.
They're taking the
hurts
Thunder.
my
Right?
head.
I was
That
just
hurts
thinking
my
that. Yeah.
head.
That I don't.
That's crazy.
How many picks is Giannis going to command?
6
I mean,
At least.
The Thunder
Yeah.
could do the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, they really could.
They
They could just dump all
It
the picks
sucks,
and let's just go get Giannis and stack up rings.
I would stop watching.
It'd be worth it. I think this was a lot to get Jaren Jackson Jr., a 6'10" center who can't get you 8 rebounds.
Mhm.
Like he literally averages like 6 boards.
Yeah.
Like he will not get you a rebound. That's a lot to give up to get Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
But
On
I
a
get-
team that's 16 and 33.
yeah, I don't. There has to be some more moves coming, like you said, Brock. Marketing might be getting traded.
Yeah.
They might be doing something with all those picks that they got. Because I don't really, I don't see the vision. I'm gonna trust the general manager. They know more about it than I do, but I just think that was a lot to give up. And I'm sure Memphis said, "Yeah, thank you. We'll take that." But what do y'all think is gonna happen with the Ja situation? Because I honestly thought I thought he'd have been out of Memphis by now. I thought I saw him in trade talks about going to Miami. What do y'all think is gonna happen with him? Do y'all think Memphis is just gonna stick it out and build around him, or what?
I'm glad you said Miami because I saw a report that Miami's going after Giannis and Ja
Yeah,
without
giving up
Bam
Bam.
and Norman Powell. That's not going to happen. Just straight up.
Yeah.
What?
I still think Ja gets moved. Yeah.
Because I feel like Russ right now.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
they're talking about it. Yeah,
I don't know who else they're going to give up. I mean, those are the 2 best players off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Unless I'm completely forgetting somebody right now. Yeah. I mean,
Tyler Hero.
I mean, they're going to have to give up one of
Yeah.
those 2 to get at least one of them, if not
Yeah.
both. But yeah, I still think Ja gets traded. I think he does not want to be in Memphis anymore. That's kind of evident. He told his teammates like, "Catch me outside" or something like that.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna end tomorrow.
yeah.
Where do you think he ends up?
Honestly, Miami. If Miami doesn't get Giannis, I think they're gonna go for Ja.
Do you think it's a situation where, like, I mean, it definitely is one or the other for Miami. But I feel like
What as far as Ja
Ja or
Giannis?
Giannis. But I feel like for right now, an easier deal would probably be a deal for Ja. They'd give up less. I don't think they'd have to give up Bam to get Ja. I think you'd have to give up Bam to get Giannis. So I think the Heat could benefit. While Giannis is a better player, they could benefit from getting Ja and being able to keep Bam and Norman Powell, like guys like that.
I'd be intrigued to see that trio play out, but I don't think Ja's that good no more. I
Yeah.
think he's still a really good player, but I think the talks that we once saw him in, as far as being the next to lead this new generation in face of NBA, I don't think he's gonna be anything like that. I think he'll still be a 20+ point, 7, 8, 9 assist guy, and that's a really good player. But as far as that rare air top 5, top 10 player of the league, I don't think he's going to be that. I think his game has been a little bit figured out, and I don't think he's made enough progressions and improved enough on his overall game to make that next step as a player. Like the difference between really good players and players that become greats and players that define generations is they don't stop working on their game. Like, if LeBron wanted to just be athletic his whole life, he wouldn't have lasted 23 seasons.
Right.
That's why he had to develop a post game and a consistent jump shot, because people were just crowding the paint with him. Like, he would have never lasted this long. And I just think Ja has been a little bit figured out. But yeah, what do y'all think is more likely? Do y'all think it's more likely that Ja ends up in a Miami uniform, or that Giannis, or first Giannis may not end up in
It
Miami.
doesn't sound like he's getting
I've
traded at all.
seen Minnesota. I've seen he prefers New York. think we talked about that last week. But I saw he doesn't want to go to Warriors though. I did see something about that.
Really?
He don't want the Steph Curry treatment. I mean, not the he don't want the Kevin Durant treatment, where he does a lot of the heavy lifting and Steph gets all the
glory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely Ja gets traded, just because Giannis is going to command more. Like on the Heat front, I think if they would go for Ja, they'd give up less. But if they go for Giannis, they could win now easier. So I think that's just a choice they're gonna have to make. But yeah, I think Ja ends up getting traded first.
Also, I'm kind of curious how desperate Milwaukee is to get rid of Giannis tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They could wait, keep him. He's still under contract another year, right? So they could trade him in the offseason, get a lot more. They could trade him draft day around draft time, get a lot more. Depending on how the lottery and all that plays out. The investment they could get in the offseason, I feel like, can be bigger than at the deadline. I understand teams are more desperate at the trade deadline. They're trying to make that last push to get that ring. But to avoid, I think it's less of a gamble for Milwaukee to trade him in the offseason than to keep him throughout the rest of the season. So
yeah, I think that's a very good point. And I also feel like if Giannis were to get traded, I feel like it would have happened already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I just can't help but think that. But let's talk about another big trade. Almost a year to the date, the Mavericks have agreed to trade 10-time All-Star Anthony Davis to the Wizards, also where dreams go to die, in an 8-player blockbuster, and Dallas is going all in on Cooper Flag. The Mavs are sending AD and Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, Dante Exum to the Wizards, and they're getting back Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Marvin Bagley III, along with 2 first-round picks and 3 second-rounders. And the first picks included from the Wizards included in the deal are the Thunder's 2026 selection. So the Thunder own those picks.
It's the Wizards in their 2 trades for AD and Trae Young did not give up a single pick from the Wizards. They gave up the other picks that they've gotten from Bradley Beal trades and stuff like that. So great work from the DC front office right there. A really confusing trade for me. I don't know if there was a lot of talk about AD getting traded now. I know he's currently hurt, but he doesn't.
What else is new?
He doesn't need surgery, so he might come back. Not an AD guy. I don't imagine you're an AD guy. I don't know if you're an AD guy, Jay, but
I'm a Bron guy.
You're a Bron guy,
I have to be an AD.
Okay, I respect that. The Wizards, I think, are the real winners of this trade deadline. And I'm gonna say this: what they're going to do, I think should be stopped. They just traded for 2 All-Stars, and they're gonna let them sit the entire season. And I think both of them could play. They're gonna let Trae Young. Trae Young's not gonna play the rest of the year.
They just gonna tank.
He might play 5 games, if that. And they're gonna keep AD. He's not gonna play the rest of the year. And they're gonna keep their pick. That's gonna be a top 5 pick. It's gonna be a top 3 pick. I mean, it's genius, but it's got to be stopped a little bit. So I think the Wizards are the real winners of this trade deadline because you look at this draft class, they still got Alex Sarr. I mean, they got Trey Johnson. It's a really. I went to a couple Wizards games over break. It's a young team, but they got talent. So
You went to what?
I live in Maryland. Yeah. So I live in Maryland, guys. That's why I went. One of them. My sister's company was going, so they let her use the suite. She took me. The other, they were playing.
That's fire.
The other, they were playing the Pels. So
Okay.
that's why I went.
Okay.
I didn't go to watch the Wizards.
Right.
I actually watched Ja and Jaren Jackson in the Grizzlies for a game.
I hope there was a camera on Jay's face when he just said
Yeah.
That was
But
funny.
I have seen this Wizards young core play, and they're good.
Yeah. I'm glad you explained. I'm glad I gave you a chance to explain that because I
Yeah.
so why are you traveling to DC? But
Yeah.
that makes a lot more sense. No, this trade really shocked me as well. Especially considering all the assets that were involved. I'm not sure what the Wizards are trying to do here. I think they might try to flip AD and Trae Young again because I don't think Trae Young wants to be a Washington Wizard.
But it was his preferred destination.
I think that was his preferred.
That was his
Was it?
Yeah, it was his top choice.
Then I would think that he would play this year, but I don't think he's going to play
I think
this
it's
year.
the Wizards front office
that are sitting him down.
That's kind of telling him, hey, we've out because the Wizards are also in a position where that pick is protected, and it could go to the Knicks if it's. I think it's a top 5 protected pick, and if it's not in the top 5, then the Knicks get it.
Yeah,
I think I read something about that the other day.
That sounds about right. I guess it is a business at the end of the day, but I hate to see this for AD. I hate to see him turn into that old player that just keeps getting shifted around. Like, oh, he still got it, man. He still got it. Like, I know y'all don't hate that for him, probably. As Pels fans, like, what is it like to see, AD's career turned into this?
If I'm so glad that he just got traded to Washington. Like when I saw that, I was ecstatic. This dude deserves all the karma that's coming towards him for the way that he left New Orleans with the "That's All, Folks" shirt. And
y'all didn't find that funny?
Not in the slightest. That dude was. I've had conversations with like friends and my parents. He was like one of the most loved New Orleans athletes maybe ever, and he immediately went to the bottom of the list.
He was up there with Drew.
Like that's not even ridiculous to say that. Yes.
Wow.
And he wasn't above Drew, but like
He was
up
up
there.
He was up there.
And he literally went to the bottom of the list. Like the way that whole thing ended.
I heard he never even did like a thank you post.
Literally.
It's been what, 9 years now?
His farewell speech
Not
was the
9.
"That's All, Folks" thing, and it was just constantly injured, faking injuries, which I thought he was faking injuries, but clearly that's not true. He's just an injury
he just
bug.
really
Yeah. But yeah, I am ecstatic that this man is gonna end his career in Washington, where they're not winning anything. Just like respectfully, I don't know if we have any Washington.
I'm not a
You've been to
Wizards fan.
some
I've
games,
I've
but-
been to games. I'm not a Wizards fan.
So yeah,
Will?
that's my take on that, man.
There are 2 ways to leave the city of New Orleans as a basketball player.
Okay.
It seems it either ends poorly or your trade gets vetoed. I think Chris Paul left on much better terms. AD, no.
I thought you were talking about Drew Holiday.
No. Well, okay.
That's the best way.
Drew Holiday
He's
was
still
the
my
best
favorite
way.
basketball player.
Drew Holiday was the best way. I guess I was talking like
I was
franchise.
I was too young for
Yeah.
Chris Paul. So.
Yeah, me too. But can we talk about the Chris Paul situation too in a little bit? But
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about that. But
I have no love lost. I do feel bad for him. I don't really want to wish anyone ends up a Washington Wizard.
that's just
Where
what
dreams
happens.
go to die. I
Yeah.
mean, like the Wizards and the Jazz kind of hit that weird like playoff prime at the same time when Utah had Gordon Hayward and Washington had John Wall and Bradley Beal, and those teams were fun to watch. It almost seems like I feel like the Wizards are actually in a better spot than people think they are.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just the history.
It's
like
just
the recent
it's just like
Yeah.
the fact that they've lost so much.
Yeah.
But like now, I got Wizards fans back home, and they're like, "Well, we just traded for like the most injury-prone player in the NBA."
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like
when
yo,
he's healthy.
like
When he's healthy,
this team is gonna go 19-6, and then the season's gonna fall apart. But we're gonna start the first 25 games really good.
Yeah.
Like, good for them.
Yeah. I
AD
guess- yeah.
don't care about, but good
Yeah.
for DC.
Let's talk about something y'all would care about. As Pelicans fans,
I know.
this is probably not something you want to hear your organization say, considering the spot that the Pelicans are in right now. I'm gonna read this report for y'all. The Pelicans reportedly believe they have a playoff roster as it's currently constructed, and they are not interested in trading their core players. Those core players being Zion can't get right, Williamson, Trey Murphy,
I'm about
Herb
to throw
Jones, and what's the Pelicans record right now? 13-39.
13-39.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
they believe that roster is a playoff roster. I just want to know, how do y'all feel about that?
I'll go first real quick.
Yeah,
We'll get that off. I'm kind of embarrassed that the Pelicans front office would say that, seeing that we have 13 wins in February and not a first-round pick. This team literally they don't really have they have a future according to the media, but they can't rebound and they can't shoot threes, and they can't address it in the draft because they don't have a first round pick. So they need to go out and trade one of these guys to get a first round pick, and they're refusing to do so. Now I think the only two guys that I think could get a first round pick is Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, and those are two other than the rookies, are the only two untouchables I see because both of them you need to build around up.
Yeah.
You don't think they get a first for Zion?
No, not with his injury history and his contract. His contract's terrible if you look at it. I think he's commanding $46 million next year, something ridiculous. But just the fact that they have 13 wins and no picks, and they still think they have a playoff roster is embarrassing.
Yeah. DeJounte Murray does not live in New Orleans. That guy makes $36 million a year. Jordan Poole does not play. Pelicans against the Wizards, Jordan Poole's homecoming that I went to. Jordan Poole scored 0 points in 13 minutes. It was pitiful. Does not play. $30 million a year. Zion Williamson's played 36 games this season. Trey Murphy's played 46 games this season. I love Trey Murphy. It's 40. I don't know. He's played. Trey Murphy's played.
Well, that's
Trey Murphy's balling.
48 out of
Murphy's
52
balling
games.
now.
Yeah,
That's
Trey
pretty
Murphy's
good.
played.
That's pretty good.
Zion's actually played more than people think he has this year.
Played 27 straight games or something like that.
Yeah, it's about to
Zion
stop.
has?
That's
think
about to
so.
That's
stop.
got to be a record for him.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Derek Queen is showing potential.
Mhm.
Jeremiah Fears is showing potential. The bottom line is that a team with Jeremiah Fears, a guy that doesn't live in New Orleans, a $30 million contract that doesn't play, Zion Williamson, injury prone, Trey Murphy, baller, should be an all-star, and Derek Queen, I'm blanking, sorry. You got 4 players that can actually suit up and play for you there. 4. You got Herb Jones, too.
Who's been hurt?
This team, not beating the Nuggets, not coming close to beating the Thunder, not coming close. They can't beat the Jazz. They can't beat the Brooklyn Nets, who lose by 50 every week. It's a playoff team. You don't have a pick. You can't get better. You have no cap space. You make no money. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I would just like to know who thinks this is a playoff team and why they currently are making millions and millions of dollars from Gail Benson.
Yeah.
This is disgraceful, man.
Yeah.
Sell the team. No.
They're just wasting taxpayers' dollars on this. No, you want to chime in?
So the person who has played every single game for the Pelicans this year, the only person, is our rookie Jeremiah Fears. The next person on the list is Derek Queen at 51 games. The drop off after that would be Trey Murphy at 48, and then after that it's just down a hill.
Yeah, 48 games is good.
Yeah.
Of the 52,
out of 52,
you played, that's
really
great.
good. Yeah.
I don't have an issue with Trey Murphy. I would love for this franchise to build around Derek Queen, Trey Murphy, and
Jeremiah
Fears.
Yeah.
But I don't want this franchise to sit here when all these picks are being traded and all these guys are up for grabs and not make a move and just be comfortable being 13-39 without a first-round pick. I don't think that's fair to the city. I don't think it's fair to your fans. I don't think that's fair to the NBA. I think it is a joke on, the NBA. You're treating it as a joke.
Yeah.
And for you to sit there and be like, we can make the playoffs, we're just hurt. It's not 2020 anymore. It's not 2021 anymore. You can't, the vibes aren't there. They traded Brandon Ingram for nothing. For nothing.
Literally.
They got nothing out of it.
They just
They
having
traded
fun,
AD,
man.
got nothing out of it. I get they had to trade AD, but
Well, they made the playoffs, but they event now they. Yeah,
all right,
I see
sorry.
what you mean.
They got swept by the Thunder and they started a rivalry with Phoenix.
That was their peak.
Oh.
That was their. I thought seriously. I thought they were gonna build off of that.
Yeah, nope.
Willie Green's first year, we went toe to toe with the 1 seed.
They
Yeah.
don't even have a coach either. That's another thing. The Pels don't currently have a head coach.
But they're a playoff roster, man. They just
13 wins in February.
They just got to get right.
Yeah.
Also,
We'll play some
you
terror ball,
you just
man.
fired me up. So I think
I'm gonna go get. Let's go get Matt McMahon. More of a.
I'll say the thing about Jordan Poole, I think the reason he's not playing is because he's getting traded.
But then
For this organization's sake, he better be getting traded.
Yeah, but I don't believe he's getting traded when they're coming out here and they're
Bro
like,
said he better be getting traded.
Not like
Like-
that. But like, if we're not playing, I'm paying $30 million a year.
right. I don't understand why they even made that trade to begin with. I would rather than pay CJ the $30 million a year, because at least CJ's like a veteran. Jordan Poole's got his ring. Jordan Poole, Randallin. I mean, what are your Randallin? What are your thoughts on Jordan Poole?
Draymond's favorite.
I love Jordan Poole. Listen, I do. Yes, I do. I have a soft spot for Jordan Poole because of the whole Draymond Green thing, and I had to apologize on his behalf. but no, not publicly. But at the same time, I think he needs to get out of New Orleans. I don't think it's the place for him at all.
I don't think New Orleans. I don't think just New Orleans.
What if Jordan Poole tries to go back to college?
Oh,
Can he come here?
Amari Bailey, man.
No.
He averaged 30.
He would.
Ew.
He averaged. No, he averaged.
He would.
Yeah,
He would.
He averaged like 30. Probably 40.
He'd be
Probably
the
40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. We need that.
But
He win March Madness.
Yeah.
Like, not even.
Yeah. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But let's wrap up with another New Orleans legend, New Orleans sports legend. His career is probably seemingly coming to an end. It was supposed to be a retirement tour this year. The Clippers were supposed to send him off right. For those who don't know, we're talking about Chris Paul. And the Clippers started the season off terrible, as I said before, and they told Chris Paul, you can go home. You can pack your bags. You can go home. Don't show up at the facility. Like, they left. I think they left him, like, in New Orleans. Like, no, I mean, in Atlanta, like, on the road. Like, they told him to go home during a road game. But yeah, they told him to go home.
That's crazy.
And then they traded him today to the Toronto Raptors. The multi-team deal has resulted in Ochai Agbaji, cash, and a future second-round pick that's going to the Brooklyn Nets. And the Clippers are receiving the rights to Vana Marinkovic, and that's going to complete the deal. And it looks like that's what's going to, wrap up Chris Paul's career. Also, the Toronto Raptors also told Chris Paul, don't even come to Toronto.
Don't get the
They
visa.
told him like he doesn't even have to report. So I just want y'all to talk a little bit about, I guess, what he means to y'all as Pelicans fans / Hornets fans, things of that nature. How are y'all feeling about this?
I've never really had a opinion on Chris Paul because I was too young to see him kind of in New Orleans, so I've never really had a love for him.
Yeah,
But it is crazy the disrespect that the league is showing this man, who I think he's a Hall of Famer. He didn't really have the accolades. but
Absolutely.
I think he's a Hall of Famer. And just to see him never get a ring, and then two teams. First off, the team that he built up, the Clippers,
yeah,
just disrespect him like that, and then the Raptors to not even tell him to show up. I feel bad for him. But I mean, it is a business. If he was really ring chasing, he can go sign with the Thunder and go get a ring, or someone like that. But I think he's just gonna hang it up, just kind of accept the fact he never got a ring.
I'm really disappointed. Chris Paul is my favorite basketball player of all time. Before I was a Pelicans fan, I was a Clippers fan. That Lob City Clippers team in the early 2010s is what made me fall in love with basketball. When I lived in Hawaii, those were the only games we got. We got Clippers and
you lived in
Laker games.
Hawaii? Let's
Yeah.
just drop that in there. Yeah, I lived in Hawaii.
Yeah, I live in D.C. too now. That's why I go to Wizards games. But yeah, I mean, Chris Paul was who I wanted to be. I remember the day he got traded to the Rockets. I was wearing a Chris Paul jersey. I was visiting my grandma. I tore that up. I started throwing. I was acting like a child. I mean, I was a child, but I was acting like a child. I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
To see a veteran, a very well-respected player be treated like this, I think one of two things. One, there's something we don't know.
Yeah.
Or two, it's just a disgrace from the NBA. I don't know what happened between him and LA. I really don't. I'm very confused. And I'm shocked that Steve Ballmer allowed that to go down that way.
Yeah.
But I think it is really, really unfortunate that a veteran, what is this? How long has he been in the league? 20 years almost?
20 years.
20
I think,
years?
I think
a future Hall of Famer like you mentioned, a guy that has helped build up that Hornets franchise, a guy that built up that Clippers franchise, a guy that helped Devin Booker and the Suns and
reach their finals,
and a guy that was spent all last year with the Spurs when they were going through everything and was helped building up Wemby. He is so well respected, and I'm honestly a little disappointed that a couple NBA players aren't speaking out against this as well. I would like to see guys react and defend Chris Paul a little bit. This is not how it should end. He should get his retirement tour. Pelicans, you're not a playoff team, but you drafted him.
Hey.
Go sign him. Go pick him up and let him finish out this terrible season with you. Give fans a reason to buy tickets.
I don't think Brock want to hear that.
Yeah, I don't think Chris Paul, with all due respect,
Well,
is going to bring in tickets for the Pelicans.
I think people would pay to watch Chris Paul play one last time in New
I think
Orleans.
I would, low key, but he's
I
not
would
gonna
go.
be playing.
I think
but
a take would be.
that's the difference. If he were
but
actually
think
playing,
about it. Him and DeAndre Jordan again, man. Like him and DJ again.
I think it's-
they're not gonna play, but
in the Big 26,
As crazy as it sounds, I think more Pelicans fans might dislike Chris Paul because
I
of
don't-
that Thunder, because that's
Sun
Suns
series. I
Really?
get that, but I feel like
Dude,
they look
I
past
hated
that.
He
Chris Paul
was-
that
he
entire
was-
series.
Yeah.
Like, him and Jose Alvarado getting
Yeah.
into it.
But I think like the way he responded to that after the series, I think it was kind of like just
Yeah.
like a week-long war, and after that they were good again.
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know how you. How do you feel, Jay?
Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
To see it play out like this. I mean, I saw reports that it was like some locker room stuff in LA. Obviously, the Clippers started the season terrible, and people had problems with him. Basically, demanding more out of everybody. Like, why are we
holds
being
people
media-
accountable,
Yeah, holding
dude.
people accountable, things like that. And I guess once you get to that point in your career where you're not the guy anymore, people don't really want to hear that from you. But still, like, we're professionals at the end of the day. You should be able to hold each other accountable without getting your feelings hurt.
I would love to see him as a coach.
He's gonna make a great coach.
He
Yeah.
will. I think he will win.
Yeah.
Rings as a coach.
He will, and that'd be the
Pelicans, we need a coach.
Oh my gosh.
We,
You know what? Low key, no. But yeah, I think it's just disgusting to see what they doing to a first ballot Hall of Famer. Everything he gave to that franchise specifically, like he's the Clippers' greatest player,
Ever.
like all time, and they sent him home. I think that's crazy work, and I think the Clippers ought to be ashamed of themselves. But that's gonna do it from us today here in the John Fisher Podcast Studio. We had a guy debut last week by the name of Noah Saucier, and we had a guy debut this week by the name of Brock McMahon. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoy him. Got the vet here, William Gilreath. I'm your host, Jayden Smith, and this has been the Hodges Huddle.